come in closer, closer, closer? I forgot to ask you, like, to share the video to moi. Okay. So you can go to fabric stores like B&J's and Moods, and like, look how fancy the sweaters are. You can get them for free. So you don't have to pay for those types of things. And then this is where it, so let's just say you have all your croquis already here. This is what I'm gonna do. What you have to do is first, these are revised, checked, they're beautiful, correct?
No.
Yeah, they are. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take it, and you can use tracing paper, or you can even use your marker. I will say use at least not your marker paper yet, with a pencil. Because if you use your marker paper with a pencil, it's gonna smudge. So you always use pencil last, if anything. So I'll just use her, and today we're gonna do stripes and plaid. So I'm gonna do her, number second. So what I'm gonna do is just like lightly, just trace it. I'm gonna change her a little bit, and it's okay. So actually no,
This one looks angry.
that's okay. She has added too. So then, if I want to do something very simple, I am just gonna make a skirt, making a circle skirt for you guys. We're suffering. So you can see where her hip is at, correct? So everything for circle skirt or any skirt, your high hip will be the highest part of your hem. Does that make sense? Because it's lifting. So if that's the case, I'm gonna go here, and I'm just gonna go like this.
Wow.
And like, that's it, okay?
That looks good
Oh.
already.
So then we go here, and we just use, so I use this tracing paper, so I can always use the original for how many designs I wanna do. I'm not touching it, that's already perfect, and I do whatever I need to do. And I'm thinking, okay, let's put her boots at the same time. And that's that, like, actually looking for fur boots because I want to. So then, I'm gonna change her foot a little bit, by the way. You see the difference now? Hey. So these are good. And then the top, what I'm gonna do with the top, I'm just gonna make her a really simple top, like a knit situation. And what's gonna happen is I have to go around her body. Nothing's gonna be straight, it's gonna be around her body because she's moving this way, correct? So the line is gonna be around her body. You see that? Because her bust is not at the front, so it's not a straight line. She's moved around. So then the blouson part is gonna go here. And that's that. And then I want a very cute puffle. Yeah, why not? So then we go here, and I'm just gonna change the pen to be a little bit, same thing here.
Wow.
Yeah, let's simplify her a little, and that's it for now. So then I take her. So for our purposes only, and you can see, oh, okay, I did most of it already. I used it, I know what I'm doing. I know the pose, I can take her out. And then what I'm gonna do next is take my, now you can actually, the best way would be to use your micron and outline this if you really wanna make sure you see through the page. But we don't have time for that today, because we didn't do it. So, can we do this? Like if you press hard enough for your pencil, you should be able to see it come true. And we do, you see that? Because it's transparent enough that you can do it. So I'm just gonna put her there. And the first thing that we're gonna do is,
Tracing paper and marker paper.
the first thing that I'm gonna do is just like, where's my skin tone? I think she needs to have a little tan. This is good. So then I'm just, some people don't like to put skin tone on their lips or anything like that. I don't like, okay, so this is what happens. Some people like go around the mouth, and I don't have time for that. So what I do is I just go around really quickly, and whatever happens, happens. But it's up to you, because some people actually, when they start rendering the eyes, they leave the whites of the eye by itself. Like they don't render through that. But that's up to you. To me, it's a little too stark, too bright. So I'm just gonna do this first. You always do your skin tone first. And it's okay if you bleed a little bit. It's not the end of the world. And then we go here. So let's just say, there are two ways to do the stripes, guys. Let's just say, oh, her tummy. Let's just say I want to do two colors, correct? We have this light pink and this dark pink. Which one am I gonna put first? If I wanted to have a light background, it will be like light
The
pink.
light one.
Yeah, it will be easier, correct? So that's where I want you to keep in mind. You're gonna put the light one first if it's a light color fabric in the beginning. So you're just gonna do that. And since this is a brush point, you can actually give little brush shadows. If you don't have it, that's fine. You can always just go back after it dries with your other nib, and that's it. But this gives you help, but it just gives me more shadow that way, at least for me. Alright, so there you go. Let's do this. Okay. Then we have this other color that I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do with this? I think I'm gonna do lines with this. So there's two ways to do this. If you don't have, let's just say, oh, I don't think it's gonna show up and you're not really sure, always test on the side of your page. Like, it's okay. But the good news is that we also have color pencils. Yeah. So maybe I just want this color, and it will be actually simpler to do it if I just go around. So anything goes around, same thing. So the sleeve, the stripe will not be straight. It will just go around the sleeve. Same thing here. Since her chest is up, it's gonna go around and up. So it's gonna go around and up, around and up, around and up, around and up. And they're not perfect straight lines because this is a top that has elastic. So the stripes are not gonna look always very straight. And you can see already how much is changing now, because we're adding effect to the stripe. It doesn't have to be so straight, but this one here will make it straight. For example, let's try to do this. You can see, actually this is satin. I'm not gonna render satin today, but let's just think it's just cotton with a stripe, and we're gonna do vertical, correct? So that's the thing. We're just gonna match with this color, and we're just gonna go around the hand as much as possible, and then in and out. And it's okay. If you go over it, it's okay. Because now we have Photoshop too. So for anyone who's taking the Photoshop class, you can understand what I mean by that. You can always clean it. Things are easier to clean now, even in your iPhone. You can take things out of like the borders now, unlike before. So you see that? And then what I'm gonna do is just add shadows where I know that there's gonna be folds. At least to help me know. And already that's coming along. I'm doing really fast, by the way, guys.
It looks good though.
So thank you. And then
Very talented.
oh, thank you. Okay, so then what you take this is what I meant, what you guys need to get a white one, because you can just draw on top. Now if this doesn't work, you can kind of see it. It's more stark than that. There are, this is where your current brush comes in. There you go. If this doesn't work, I need water actually. It's okay. let's make believe it's navy stripes just because of for the lesson. So if that's the case, we're gonna, actually no, let's make believe it's the same thing, stripes, anyways, so if that's the case, we're gonna go in, out, in, but you see the stripes are moving. Oh, that's better. You see that? Why? Because one, her hip is up, correct? We're following the grain that everyone actually learned, I think, this week of your pattern making about circle skirts. That it changed a lot. And then there you go. Now I want my waistband. With stripes you have length grain and cross grain and bias. And maybe my bias, I want to have bias waistbands. There you go. Okay? All of these things, you have to keep this in mind with stripes. So then if that's the case, you're gonna go now and I'm noticing at this point that maybe I didn't do such a good job with my rendering on the skin tone. So I just continue the sections that I didn't have. And there you go. Hi. And just give her more shadow where I want her to have more shadow with the hands, in the elbow, underneath, like the shadow of the skirt, in her knee. I can even do knee stuff too. Like look at the difference now. She's coming back to life now. And now we go back now with our this gray. If you really want to give deeper shadows because this is a mid-tone, you just go into, this is school grade 5, I think? No, number 4. So then you just go inside and you just go. And then this thing too, this has folds, so I just go up. It went from like really solid now to having more texture. So that's how we start about it. The boots I'll do later. But actually, no, I can do it now. To make my life easier, I'm just gonna make them white.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna do that.
But this is the thing. This is a cool one, cool number gray one. You just do it with shadows. You just give her a little shadow and then somebody a little shadow. Why? Because we kind of need time. So there you go for that part of things. And then now if I wanted to keep, if I wanted to keep, like you say, the fullness of this blouse, I will just use, where's the pink? I don't have the pink. Oh, here it is. I'll just use this as an outliner. Okay. You see the difference now? Like the outline is there with this pink. Okay. Ta-da. But then I'm like, that is not the same fabric as this one.
No.
Maybe that's a gauze or whatnot. Then if that's the case, I have to outline it. And I actually use 01 to outline. So you can just, and this is when you just hope that everything goes well. Look at,
Nice.
you see the difference between outlining with black and outlining with the color pencil?
Yeah.
Like this one makes it more fluffy, it's lighter, it's softer. Once I use this to outline, that makes it more like taffeta or anything like organza, like very stiffer fabric, heavier fabric. So that's why I decided to do this. Then maybe I want more shadows here, and I put like a little shadow, like highlight over here. Now I can put highlights on her skin if I want to, like hi. And then, yeah, like in her knee.
So good.
And then the other part too, I can now start outlining. Now, there's 2 ways to go about it too with outlining skin. Some people just use brown in any color because black might be too stark, too dark. So then, and I say this because it doesn't matter what skin tone you might use, you might just use brown to outline it. Because sometimes, if I were to do this, And I can give her a clavicle. And I can actually draw the lips now. Oh, she shifted. So I can drop the lips. Rah. Then she goes here. Yeah, that's what she's giving. So then, even if you go out a little bit, that's fine. Because you can, back in my day, you had to cut it out with X-Acto knife. And it was annoying. So now with science, not science, sorry, but with technology, oh, you can even give her like a little shadow here too. Just so everyone can know.
Mhm.
And just give her like shadows on her knees and her arms and wherever you think she might just be kissed by the light. You see how she's coming along now?
Mhm.
Now with the shoes, because I'm lazy today, I'm not like, guys, I don't think I want to bore you with like 3 hours of rendering. I'm just gonna do a really quick boot. You see that?
Mhm.
Really quickly. So then, her hair, we discussed this. So one thing to remember about rendering, you don't really use black for hair and clothes. You actually use one of the darkest gray, like cool gray number 10, cool gray number 9. And what I'm gonna do is I want her hair to look extra shiny. So I'm just gonna give her like little spaces of, not all the way out, so I want her to have little spaces of like where her shine is gonna come through, okay? And that's it. And you can do this with the brush pen if you want. And then what you're gonna do that next is, with the black pencil, that's when you actually just try to blend everything in. That's what I meant.
And this is the midterm?
No. This is for you if you, yeah, exactly. But we have to start rendering because next week we're gonna do more rendering for your final.
Is
So
the midterm on the 15th?
next week, yeah. So then next thing I know is like you see how this is going now, like and you can use your current brush if you wanna just give more white because maybe it did not. And you just combine. You see, I'm creating different black colors just really quickly to separate it, and that's that.
Wow.
And then
So pretty.
I usually don't draw the lips. I don't, but I think she needs lip gloss.
Yeah. She's looking pale.
Maybe it's this one. Yeah.
Bland.
Yeah. So it's like.
I mean her face.
That's that. I usually just color it in and then just put like the little white
Gloss?
ones. Yeah. There you go.
Wow.
And that's it. And it's not. It's a shadow of a nose, and then maybe that is when I also go back. I'm like, oh, does it need shadows? Do I want to bring maybe more cool gray tone? Like, where's my? Yeah. Do I want to give more shadows to her clavicle? You know, like maybe I want to see her tummy. This is also when you can actually give her like an idea of an app. So you can
Abs?
yeah. So you can just go
I'm feeling so self-conscious by this girl. She's not
like
even real.
tiny little things. And like, okay, she does have abs. Like you can even give her like more muscle definition. So all of that is through marker. And like you can just, you don't even have to even draw a nose. You can just do it with the shadow. You can shadow her face. And look at the difference already. Like shadowing her face already brings her more like, it gives more dimension. That's it.
She's perfect.
Thank you. I could make her hair longer, but the problem is with making her hair longer, I don't want to try to get black all over the other places. Okay, so that's it. So try to do, you can, so now you can either go into, like I said, midterm, or you can try your own rendering. This homework will not be due next week because you have midterms, but after next week, I'll be expecting stripes to be rendered for you, okay? Any type of stripes. I'm not gonna do plaid, what time is it? No, I'm not gonna do plaid. Plaid is, I'll do it next week, okay? So the homework will be either stripe or plaid for, not for this week. This week is midterm. The next week we'll do plaid, and that's when we'll do other things, okay? Yay!